What if I told you that the workouts promising to get you in shape after 40 are the very ones sabotaging you? Today, you're going to uncover the truth the fitness industry doesn't want you to know. An uncomfortable truth, but a necessary one. What works for young bodies can be a silent disaster for you. I want you to hear this story. The story of Isabella. Isabella was 47 years old when she decided to take control of her body. She was determined to feel good again. She hired a personal trainer. They promised her results. They told her that with enough effort, she would feel light, strong, and full of vitality again. For months, she did everything they asked her to. Jumping jacks, burpees, extreme cardio routines, strict diets, hours of training. But instead of progressing, she went backwards. Her joints started to ache. She couldn't sleep well. Her anxiety levels skyrocketed, and the worst part? Her weight was going up, even though she was eating less than ever before. That young, motivated trainer didn't understand what was happening. His answer? You just need to push harder. But Isabella wasn't failing. Her body was screaming, and no one was listening. And this isn't an isolated case. It's what an entire generation of women is going through, following advice designed for 25-year-old bodies with 25-year-old hormones, inside bodies that have completely changed. And I'm going to prove it to you. After 40, your hormonal landscape transforms. What used to work can now become a major obstacle. Extreme cardio and high-intensity workouts that promise rapid fat burn, what they actually do is spike your cortisol levels. Cortisol is your stress hormone, and when it stays elevated, it triggers something you might already know all too well: stubborn belly fat that won't go away, insomnia, fatigue, uncontrollable cravings. Your body doesn't recognize that you're exercising. It only detects a constant state of threat. The result? A perfect storm. You do more, eat less, but your body stores more fat, goes into defense mode, and begins to shut down. And the worst part? So many women blame themselves. They think they're doing something wrong, that they lack willpower, but it's not your fault. The truth is, you're following rules that no longer apply. Today, we're going to break those rules. I'm going to show you a completely different way to train. One that works with your biology, not against it. One that protects your joints, lowers your cortisol, and reactivates your metabolism without putting your health at risk. This isn't another motivational video. It's a guide based on science, real-world experience, and visible results. Stay with me, because what comes next could transform your relationship with your body, your energy, and your life. Think about this: if every time you finish a workout you feel more exhausted, more inflamed, and more frustrated, is it really working? Most workout programs are designed with just one model in mind: young bodies, high estrogen levels, fast metabolisms, strong joints, and plenty of collagen. But what happens when that body changes? After 40, your entire system starts to shift. You're no longer in the same stage of life. And that's not a bad thing. It's just different. But continuing to train as if nothing has changed? That's what's dangerous. Your joints, for example, don't absorb impact the same way anymore. Estrogen, the hormone that for years protected your bones, your skin, your tendons, begins to drop. And do you know what happens when estrogen drops? You lose collagen, you lose bone density, your cartilage dries out, your ligaments become more fragile. And suddenly, what used to be a simple jumping routine turns into a factory of micro-injuries. Your knees start to hurt, your shoulders get inflamed, your back complains, and you think, I must be aging badly. But it's not that you're aging badly, it's that you're forcing a body that needs something completely different. Now imagine this. You're doing burpees, box jumps, treadmill sprints. Did you know that each burpee can generate up to 6 times your body weight and pressure on your knees and hips? And that with every jump landing, you're impacting a bone structure that's less dense, less lubricated, and more vulnerable? That heavy feeling isn't just fat. It's inflammation. It's your body asking for help. And here's another critical detail. Most high-impact training programs completely ignore your need for recovery. When you were 25, you could do an intense workout today and feel fine the next day. But now, your recovery time has doubled. Your nervous system takes longer to return to a balanced state. your muscles take longer to repair, your energy doesn't regenerate the same way. And this is where many women make the biggest mistake. Instead of resting, they push themselves harder because the message they've heard their whole lives is this: if it doesn't hurt, it doesn't work. If you're tired, it's because you're not trying hard enough. The result? Chronic fatigue, constant aches, accumulated anxiety, and a complete disconnection from their own bodies. It's time to change that narrative. Your body doesn't need more punishment, it needs better strategy. Instead of wild cardio, it needs functional strength. Instead of repetitive impact, it needs control. And instead of blind effort, it needs conscious attention. Because when you start training from that place, from respect and understanding of what your body truly needs, the results come. Yes, even after 50. Now that you know what doesn't work, let's talk about what does. Imagine a training method that works with you, not against you. A system that not only respects your joints, your energy, and your hormonal reality, but also reactivates your metabolism, improves your posture, strengthens your muscles, and gives you back control over your body. No, this is not an empty promise. It's applied science. And this system has a simple name: functional training with resistance bands. Resistance bands are not just a beginner's accessory or a gym fad. They're a powerful tool designed to activate your muscles continuously, without the damage caused by repetitive impact. Did you know that with a simple resistance band, you can build more muscle tone, stability, and mobility than with many gym machines? The key lies in something most routines completely ignore: time under tension. When you do exercises with bands, your muscles stay active throughout the entire movement. There's no rest during the motion, no momentum, just real activation. This doesn't just stimulate muscle growth, it also protects your joints and prevents the cortisol spikes that can be so harmful during menopause. And here comes another key point. After 40, your muscle mass starts to decline rapidly. It's called sarcopenia, and it's not optional. If you don't do something about it, you can lose up to 8% of your muscle per decade. And do you know what happens when you lose muscle? Your metabolism slows down, your posture slouches, your balance weakens, and fat, especially belly fat, finds the perfect place to settle. But when you start using bands strategically, something changes. You begin to rebuild that lost muscle mass. You activate forgotten areas like your glutes, your deep core, and your mid-back. You reinforce your joints without harming them. And most importantly, you train your body to age with strength, not fragility. You don't need a gym. You don't need heavy weights. You don't need to suffer. You just need intention, technique, and consistency. Let's look at some concrete examples. A simple band row can reactivate your upper back muscles, prevent postural hunching, and reduce neck and shoulder pain. A banded squat with the band just above the knees strengthens your glutes and stabilizes your hips, something essential to prevent falls or injuries. A glute bridge with a band activates the pelvic floor, improves circulation in the pelvic area, and can even help with mild incontinence issues. And a modified plank with a band around your wrists trains your core, improves your posture, and strengthens your shoulders without the risk. Each of these movements, done slowly with control and awareness, doesn't just transform your body, it transforms your mind. Because you start to feel capable, solid, strong, and that feeling is worth more than any number on the scale. This is where many women experience the deepest shift. Because training well after 40 isn't just about muscle, it's about internal balance. Every repetition, every conscious movement sends biochemical signals to your body that say you're safe, not threatened. And when your body feels safe, it activates its full power. Your metabolism starts to reignite. Stress hormones drop. Wellness hormones like serotonin and dopamine rise. And the energy you thought was gone starts to come back. This isn't empty motivation, it's neurochemistry in action. Did you know that training with bands and slow movements can boost the production of BDNF, a protein that protects your brain and enhances your memory? Or that this kind of exercise increases your endorphin levels without depleting your cortisol reserves? That means less anxiety, better sleep, and a much more stable emotional state. And all of that without leaving you exhausted, sore, or frustrated because you didn't do what you should be doing. Because here, there are no shoulds. There's a new paradigm, one where your connection to your body is more important than the calories burned, where you train not to punish yourself, but to take care of yourself. And this creates a domino effect. When you feel strong, you eat better. When you eat better, you sleep better. When you sleep better, you think more clearly. And when you think clearly, you make better decisions for your body, your life, and your future. Now, you might be thinking, but how much time do I need to train? And here comes the liberating truth. You don't need hours. With just 20 minutes, 2 or 3 times a week, you can activate all these processes. The key is intention, technique, and progression. It's not about doing more, it's about doing it better. That's why we're going to structure a minimum effective routine designed especially for you and for this moment in your life. Monday, resistance band circuit, 20 minutes. Wednesday, gentle walk plus joint mobility, 30 minutes. Friday, second band session and conscious breathing at the end, 25 minutes. Other days, active recovery, light walks, stretching, screen-free time, and real rest. No more guilt-driven workouts. No more desperate cardio. Just choices that align with your new biology. Now that you know how to move with intelligence, it's time to talk about another equally important pillar, nutrition. And no, we're not talking about diets. We're talking about nutritional strategy. Because if you're training the right way, but still eating like you did in your 30S or worse, like in a diet from the 90S, then you're unknowingly sabotaging your own results. After 40, your body needs more nutrition, not less. More protein, more minerals, more real food, and fewer absurd restrictions that only increase stress and anxiety. Here's the big truth almost no one talks about. Starving yourself at this age won't make you lose weight. It makes you slower, more inflamed, and more vulnerable. Because every time you drastically cut calories, your body activates its emergency system. And instead of burning fat, it stores it. And not just any fat. It stores it right where it bothers you the most, in the belly, the waist, in that midsection that seems to resist everything. Why? Because your body is trying to protect you. It's that simple. So what should you do? Eat better, with more purpose. Let's structure your plate intelligently. Protein at every meal. Not just a spoonful, a real portion. Eggs, chicken, fish, legumes, tofu, whatever you prefer. Protein maintains muscle mass, stabilizes blood sugar, reduces cravings, and keeps you fuller for longer. Healthy fats. Avocado, olive oil, nuts, seeds. These fats don't make you fat. They regulate your hormones and provide clean, lasting energy. Plenty of vegetables. The more colors, the better. Fiber, antioxidants, volume, without excess calories. Smart carbs. Yes, you can eat rice, sweet potato, quinoa, oats. The key is in the portion size and timing during the day. Real hydration. Water, herbal teas, natural broths, and be careful with too much coffee. It can disrupt your sleep and increase cortisol. And here's an extra but powerful tip. Eat slowly. Chew. Breathe. Don't eat while scrolling on your phone. Digestion begins in the mouth and improves when you're present. Now that you have a clear foundation for movement and nutrition, let's dive into something that changes everything. Your hormonal system? Yes. That invisible network of internal signals that controls everything from your appetite to your energy, your mood, your sleep, and of course, your ability to lose fat. During menopause, your hormones don't disappear. They reconfigure. They change pace. They change roles. And if you don't understand them, it can feel like you're fighting against yourself. One of the key hormones is estrogen. When it decreases, it doesn't just affect your fertility or your cycle. It impacts your ability to produce collagen, to regulate blood sugar, to keep your skin firm, to maintain healthy joints, and to sustain an active metabolism. There's also progesterone. When it drops, your sleep becomes lighter, anxiety spikes, and you feel more irritable, often without a clear reason. And let's not forget cortisol, which we've already talked about, that stress messenger that, if unregulated, sabotages everything else. It stops you from sleeping deeply, triggers cravings for sugar, and stores fat exactly where you don't want it. But here's the good news. Your body isn't broken. It just needs you to listen. When you give it what it truly needs, your hormones begin to balance out. You sleep better, your anxiety goes down, your skin improves, your digestion becomes regular, your mind clears up. And most surprisingly, your body starts releasing the weight it's been holding onto for years. Because it's no longer in survival mode, it's in balance mode. And that balance doesn't come from magic products, expensive supplements, or 90-minute gym sessions. It comes from three things: exercise designed for you, that activates your muscles without punishing your joints or spiking your stress; conscious nutrition that nourishes your body from the inside instead of leaving it in deprivation; real rest, not just closing your eyes, but actually slowing your internal rhythm. In the next part, we'll dive fully into that last point. Because if you're not sleeping well, everything else starts to fall apart. And yes, sleep also has a strategy. Shall we continue? Now we arrive at one of the most ignored, yet most transformative keys: your rest. Sleeping well isn't just about closing your eyes. It's the moment when your body activates invisible, but powerful processes. During deep sleep, your muscles repair, your hormones regulate, your nervous system resets, and your metabolism balances out. But what happens when you don't sleep well? You wake up more anxious. You feel hungrier, emotionally and physically. You lose muscle. Your skin looks dull, and everything feels twice as hard. And no, this isn't normal just because of your age. It's a signal that your body needs a new kind of rest. So how do you get it? You don't need pills. You need simple rituals. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Avoid heavy or stimulating dinners. Try a chamomile or lavender tea. Do slow breathing exercises. Write down 3 good things from your day. And above all, treat your sleep like a priority, not a luxury. Because when you sleep well, everything improves. And then, yes, your body begins to let go of inflammation, water retention, fat, and most importantly, the struggle. Your body is not broken. It's simply been waiting for you to treat it with the wisdom this new stage deserves. You no longer need to fight against yourself or compare yourself to your 30-year-old self. Today, you can build a new version of yourself. Stronger, wiser, more connected. And you don't have to do it alone. If this video brought you clarity, share it with a friend, because thousands of women are still in the dark, repeating mistakes that are not their fault, but the fault of a system that doesn't listen to them. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and join this community that is changing the way we experience menopause. With information, with strategy, and with power. I'll see you in the next video. Click here to access the perfect routine to activate your metabolism without stress or impact, because your body didn't give up. It was just waiting for you to understand it.